Okay. Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a topic which is refraction of light through a prism. I know you have an idea about prism. What is a prism? A prism is a three-dimensional triangular structure. Okay, which is available in almost all the laboratories, and you might have done experiments with this. So I will just make you understand that how the refraction of light takes place in a prism. Okay. So if we just see, then a prism is having a base, and there are two slopes coming down from the tip. This tip is known as the angle of the prism. Okay, and this is the base of the prism. So let us name it A, B, and C. Okay, suppose a ray of light falls on the prism. This is the incident ray. Okay, as we know that when the incident ray falls on any refracting surface, that point is known as the point of incidence. So this is known as the point of incidence. Let us mark it L M. Okay, now as we know that at the point of incidence we always have to draw a normal. So let us draw a normal on the point of incidence. Normal means 90 degree. Okay, we know that when a ray of light passes from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it bends towards the normal. See, if there was no refraction, this ray would have gone straight like this, but as it is moving to a denser medium, it will bend a little bit towards the normal, say like this. Now again it is going and striking at the surface of separation, and now it will move from a denser medium to a rarer medium. So at this point also we have to draw a normal, because now this is the point of incidence. Now if there would have been no refraction, it would have passed like this, but since it is moving from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it will move away from the normal, so it will go towards the base. So this is the incident ray, this is the refracted ray, and this is the emergent ray. Now let us mark it. If there would have been no refraction, this ray of light would have passed in this way, and if we try to extend this, then it would have been this. Mark it as O. So how much is the deviation that is taking place here? See, it is getting deviated, right? It is going like this, it is going like this, and then it is again coming out. So there is so much deviation of the path of light. So what is the deviation, or how much is the light deviated by how much angle? So this is the angle of deviation, and this angle is represented as delta. This symbol is known as delta. Okay, this is what the angle of deviation, right? Since this is the angle of incidence, we mark it as I1. This is the angle of refraction, we mark it as R1. This we mark it as R2, and this we mark it as I2. Clear? Now let us come to the derivation. The derivation is all about how much is the light deviated, or by how much angle is the light deviated. We have to find out this delta, angle of deviation. So before doing that, we have a few primary steps that we need to do. Let us draw this quadrilateral which we have over here. We have a quadrilateral M N P O. Okay, now if we see clearly in this figure, then no, let us draw the quadrilateral AMNP. Okay, we will draw this AMNP. Okay, so in this AMNP, if we see clearly in this figure, then this line is the normal, is it? MN is the normal. So if this is the normal, this normal lies on AB. It means what? This whole angle AMN is 90 degree, is it? Since this is the normal on the line AB, so this angle is what? It is 90 degree. So this is 90. Similarly, if we see this side, then this is also the normal lying on AC. So if it is the normal, then this angle and this angle will be 90. So this APN, this is also 90. So here angle AMN plus angle APN is equals to 90 degree. We know that in a quadrilateral, sum of all the angles is equals to how much? 360. So if this and this is already 180, this is equal to, okay, AMN plus AMN is equals to APN is equals to 90 degrees. So sum of these two is coming how much? 180. Angle AMN plus angle APN is equals to 180 degree. So already the sum of these two angles is 180. So the remaining two angles should also sum to 180. Then only it will become 360, is it? Because we know that the sum of all the four angles is equals to 360. So since this and this is already 180, so these two will also be 180, but we don't know how much these angles are. We know that the sum of these two will be 180. So let us write angle MAP plus angle MNP is equals to 180 degree. It implies that angle MNP is equals to 180 minus angle MAP. It implies that angle MNP is equals to 180 degree minus angle MAP, this angle, right? So this angle is what? It is the angle of the prism, and angle of the prism is represented as A. Okay, so this is the first expression that we got. Clear? Now let us come to this triangle MPN. Okay, M and P. This is R1, this is R2, and this angle, how much did we get? Angle MNP, how much we got? 180 minus A. So this is 180 minus A. Now we know that sum of all the three angles of a triangle is equals to 180. So let us write over here R1 plus R2 plus 180 degree minus A should sum to how much? 180 degree. This implies that R1 plus R2 plus 180 minus A is equals to 180 degree. This 180 and 180 will cancel out. So we get R1 plus R2 is equals to A. So this is the second expression that we get. If we are asked that what is the angle of the prism, then it is the sum of R1 plus R2. Now the next step towards our derivation is, now we will approach towards the last and the final step. The last and the final step here is, you will draw this upper structure, this O, M and P. Here you have the angle of deviation, as we have seen over here. We have the angle of deviation, right? Now what is this angle and this angle? If you see clearly in this figure, then these two lines, this normal and this incident ray, they are intersecting each other. And as we know, when two lines intersect each other by the property of lines, this angle will be equal to this whole angle, vertically opposite, is it? So if these are vertically opposite angles, if this is I1, this total should be I1, right? So we can write it as I1 is equals to angle OMP plus angle PMN. This I1 will be equals to this angle plus this angle, is it? This total will be equals to this I1. So according to that, I1 is equals to angle OMP plus angle PMN is how much? R1. It implies that angle OMP is equals to I1 minus R1. Similarly, this angle also we can find out. These two lines intersect each other. So if this is I2, this whole should be I2. So what will be this much? I2 minus R2. Angle OPM is equals to I2 minus R2. So in this figure we have got this as I1 minus R1, and this we have got as I2 minus R2. Clear? Now, by the property of triangles, we know that exterior angle is equal to the sum of two opposite interior angles, right? So exterior angle is delta, and sum of two opposite interior angles, that is I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. Now delta is equals to, make the I together and R together, so I1 plus I2 minus R1 minus R2. It implies that delta is equals to I1 plus I2. Take minus common, then it will become R1 minus R1 plus R2. So delta is equals to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. In the second expression we got it as how much? A. So we will replace R1 plus R2 as A. So finally we got this expression, delta is equals to I1 plus I2 minus A. This is the expression of angle of deviation of a prism. So this is the last and final expression. So if derivation is asked to you, then you will draw this figure and step by step you are going to find this derivation. Okay, thank you.